Third, the old chief of security's office got a report on the 25th anniversary, 1920 to 1945, and also on the Jubilee, 1920 to 1970. There's some relevant documents in there, just on history of the bank. In the safe in this room, there are annual reports from 1952. In those reports, there is reference to some directives issued from Zurich in 1940. UBS manager started at the bank in 1969 and became manager in 1977 before retiring in November this year. In a file marked 75th, as in 75th anniversary, there are some extracts from registration documents of the bank dated 7th January 1920. In the office of Mr. Matias, Battiaz, who was the old director. He's got some office furniture, a desk, 3 storage units and a safe. There were some relevant documents found in a safe which hadn't previously been available to the task force. On the top floor, under the eaves, it's mainly storage areas, most of which is not used. Those that are used are rented to private tenants, so can't be viewed. All of the 4th floor is occupied by private residents. However, one apartment on the 4th floor is occupied by the retired concierge for the building. On the 3rd floor, it's all rented again, apart from there's a flat, same in the concierge, underneath, which is empty, and at UBS. We're going to have a look at that later. It's also agreed we'll speak to the concierge tomorrow. On the 2nd floor, this is all UBS still, it's empty. It's logistics functions that's been moved to Neuchâtel. There's another flat on the 2nd floor. It's been empty for 8 years. It was occupied 8 years ago by the retired concierge who's now on the 3rd floor. We're going to have a look at that in a minute. Now at the far end of the 2nd floor, which has to be accessed from the ground floor, the office is empty apart from the filing cabinet holding the recommande. It's RECOMMANDES, which are held for 2 years. The first floor has client rooms. Computer room on the 1st floor, pretty empty of files, although in the safes there are microfiche records and there is some backup filing. Also in the computer room there's a big safe with backup disks. There's also some safes with double keys, copy keys for all desks, offices and some safes. On the 3rd floor, flat's about to be inspected. 2nd floor flat was completely empty. 3rd floor flat's also completely empty. And the reception on the 1st floor, had a look through the files in there. Thing to note, shelf 14 had quite a lot of date of birth in relevant period, but no documents in relevant period. Just spoke to the concierge, asked him if he knew of any other locations UBS used during his 8-year working period. He said he didn't, and if he had any filings for UBS in his apartment, which he confirmed he did not. On the Taskforce class actions listing, there's a late notification of documents found. These documents were court judgment and a name of a client. There's a photocopy being provided. Rest of the finance room, no relevant documents. There's safes to be opened tomorrow and one locker cabinet. The remaining client room on the 1st floor is viewed and empty. Got from 4850, Acte de Gage et Cession, Gage written G-A-G-E, in the main bank safe in a locker by the door. Still in the safe, bank boxes, 3 containers opened, found empty. Big storage units, there's some microfiches dating from 60s and some gold stores. There are old Cartotech, CARTOTHEQUE, which showed numbered accounts against the actual name kept in the bank vault. Some of these accounts were opened in the relevant period. For example, the front card is Mr. Ernest Mayer. That was opened on 4th to 7th 31. There are some opening conventions signed for accounts opened from 1938 to 1951, including the book accounts. There are 9 documents in a yellow folder marked Diverses Conventions Liquidées. Taskforce did not visit the safe, so these are not known on the list. A separate copy of the convention has been taken for Madame Simon-Etienne. This was found in a filing cabinet at the rear of the bank vault on the left hand side. All these accounts were under the name of Mademoiselle Cécile Châtelaine. Filing cabinet on the right hand side of the rear room has to be done tomorrow. Remainder of the filing cabinet against the secondary gate. Also, box lower right hand side, looking at the wardrobes at the rear on the left hand side of the room. Those two wardrobes there, and the far right hand door still remains. Also, the first three doors on the right hand side, lockers have not been done. Room with the room to the rear of the cash dispensers. Had a look at everything apart from a couple of panels over to this, over the lockers. About 1.5 meters wide, 1 meters tall, about half a meter deep. Two panels. Offered to have them unscrewed, but don't think that's necessary. The rest of the room was empty. Proceeded into a room with night safes in next to the cash dispensers. No relevant files. There are some very old books, some general history books, banking books, some from the relevant period, some earlier. Both offices to the front corner of the building. No relevant documents found. We had to wait for the filing cabinet and a desk to be opened. I had a quick look around the archives at the end of the day. Checked a cupboard on the way in, the cleaning cupboard. That was all empty. First archive we looked in the right hand side as you go through is full of boxes. We're told that that's only got boxes with documents less than 10 years old, ready to be destroyed. Next room on the right hand side is just a studio, no archiving in that. And the following door on the right hand side, sorry, it was left hand side studio, right hand side is another archive. All filings done in banana boxes. That room contains all the accounting records, should be less than 10 years old. There are also signature cards which should be around about 10-year age, maybe a little bit older. There's also a wardrobe containing some older documents and that, though I don't expect any relevant documents will be found in there. The door straight opposite the corridor in also contains archives. These documents should be after 85. We're now going down the corridor round the corner from the way in, like 90 degrees to the left. There's a big cellar on the right hand side. Just got a machine in there, shredder. We've got the payment traffic documents filed next to the shredder. Again, most of the documents should be less than 10 years old. Boxes in here are labelled with dates and proper archiving boxes. Carry on now, we've got the lift room straight opposite in the corner. Again, this room's got a lot of archiving in it, all pretty recent, 1990s, quite well labelled. Then you get to the rear of the room, there's a lot of boxes. Yeah, the boxes are going to take a bit of time because they could have anything in them, whereas the shelves are pretty well filed and they're only traffic payments, so slips of paper from computers. Yeah, these boxes are from very old branches. 10-year-old boxes could have anything in them. Yeah, the room's cold, needs something warm. We're now passing the stair to the other direction, gone back, so gone right as you come down the stair. We're turning 90 degrees, and back again. Now we're into the real archives. These records are in sort of all sorts of boxes, banana boxes. They are labelled though with dates, most of them from 1980s and 90s. There's another room, pretty much the same, full of boxes. The titles to accounts. Again, these boxes have got dates on them. They're from all over the place. Fleury, Neuchâtel and anywhere they want. Couvert. Puzzle. These, although they're dated, could be just dated when they came from the branches, so we need to check them. The Locks archives are here too. And we've got another little storage point, again, boxes. Not many in this, probably half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. Archives from Fleury. And another little one, the lock, not much in there. Oh, the lock started after, so there's little risk of anything dodgy in there. Then come to another room, which has got a lot of loose papers on, it's going to take quite a while. Fleury's archives definitely need some time because that's been open for a long while. Fleury was 1919 that opened. Now doing the till area. Cashier's area is done, that's all finished. Nothing found. There's a back room in the corner of the building we've not yet done, that's going to be done tomorrow with the Cardex machine. In the room on the first floor, we have one cabinet and a set of drawers underneath the desk right next to it that are locked. I'm going to look at tomorrow morning. So going up to the first floor from downstairs, there's a little room off the stairs we've not yet looked at. There's a book, 1877 to 1916. It's Affaires en Souffrance. That's bad debtors book, but not relevant outside of our period. We're in the historic vaults to the rear of the bank vaults. There are similar books ranging from the 1880s onwards, usually expiring about 1915, 1916. There's another book called Comptoir Chaud de Fond Débiteur Insolvable, and that's just the bad debtors book again relevant dates from the 1920s and 30s. It's another one of the big books, and it runs from 1927 to 1941. Again, bad debtors listings, but also there's profit and loss accounts for the branch. That's for 1941. I have another book marked Banque Fédérale, L'achat de Fonds, Contrôle des Loyers, and that dates from 1899 to 1958. Correction, the date goes from 1894. I have another A4 size book marked Pologne, that goes from 1915 to 1949. Pologne is Poland. That book's again on debtors, all Polish and many Jewish names. I think this is normal debtors, not bad debts. This book's also got the bank's creditors in as well. This book is all on the current accounts. It's even got bad debts recovered in. It's a big yellow envelope marked 4th of September 1945. Fusion, merger of UBS and Banque Fédérale. Contains various documents we're getting copies of. Also there's a load of Banque Fédérale obligations at typically 3%, I think probably all 3% from 1943 through to 1945. There's also a file within this envelope which has got all the internal mail for the merger of Banque Fédérale and UBS. This is dated 1945. Another paper envelope wrapped with string. There are a load of forms marked Compte de liquidité from 1933 to 1938. These are actually balance sheets done on a monthly basis, I think, for the bank's liquidity. Making the same thing, we've got two blue books called Repertoire, 1947 and 1948. That's the first book. Second book, Repertoire, 1949. Now I've got a large envelope written Immeuble Avenue Leopold Robert, 48 to 50 to 52. Forget that, that's January 1973.
Row 8, side 1 is a shelving of base documents for numbered accounts, some dating in the relevant period. Most of the relevant period that they relate to is in the 40s, and they are base documents for numbered accounts that have been closed, in most cases closed by the customer.
It's another sort of bound together file marked Immeuble. It's all on the building. Some of them are relevant, but no copies taken. Repertoire means register. Blue books contained lists of names of accounts and numbers.